What is up, guys? So the CW released almost 100 pictures or promotional photos for the crossover for Crisis on Earth X. This is part 2. This is Arrow. This is Crisis on Earth X part 2. Arrow season 6 episode 8. So here are the promotional photos like I did in the Supergirl one. I'll talk about some of them, maybe even most of them. In this one, I will talk about most of them because this one has a lot of interesting photos, while Supergirl, most of them were really similar and self-explanatory and like not really much to talk about. This episode looks to be a lot more interesting than that one, but here we go. Okay, so first of all, there is a lot of photos of the Earth X counterparts, the leaders, the Green Arrow, Supergirl, and the Flash of that Earth. I'm just going to talk about Overgirl first, which is the Supergirl counterpart. First of all, this confirms that she's Kara Danvers of Earth X, or at least Kara Zor-El of Earth X, and she looks really cool. That is by far the best costume she's ever worn. It's one of the best villain costumes I've ever seen. It's also by far my favorite costume of all of the Earth X counterparts. We haven't seen Prometheus's yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be almost exactly like the Earth 1 counterpart. Green Arrow and Flash look cool, but I mean, look at Overgirl. She looks so cool. We just saw 3 pictures of Green Arrow X looking cool as hell, and now we see a picture of the trio of Earth X counterparts of Harrison Wells, Kara Danvers, and Oliver Queen. This confirms that Oliver Queen is the Green Arrow of Earth X, which makes sense. What I'm thinking is the reason they made it that only the Flash of Earth X isn't Barry Allen is because we already saw an evil version of Barry Allen last year in Savitar, and we really have never seen an evil version of Oliver Queen or Kara Danvers. We've seen like clones in like one episode, and then like Oliver Queen was kind of a bad guy for a couple episodes of season 3, but we never actually had a main villain that was there. That was those actors, that was that character, just an evil version. So I think that's why they made the Flash of Earth X not Barry Allen, which I could totally get behind. But if they're gonna do that, then I think they should have gone all the way, making all 4 characters not the same. Oh, but you know what? I'm fine with this. It doesn't bother me. I think Supergirl and Oliver Queen, or Green Arrow, Supergirl and Green Arrow of Earth X, or Overgirl and Green Arrow have masks so that Green Arrow and Supergirl can fight them without it looking weird, which I think that's really smart, honestly. Alright, we get 2 photos of superheroes with these things around their neck. Flash, White Canary, and also Alex Danvers. So they're wearing some kind of brace around their neck. Maybe it's like a power dampener, but then again, White Canary and Alex Danvers don't have power, so that wouldn't really make sense. I don't know what it is. Maybe those 3 characters got captured by the Nazis, and they put those things on them. It makes sense because in the picture with the Flash, you can see the SS soldiers behind him, and he doesn't look like he's ready for battle or anything. And neither do they. So either those things are making him invisible, or they're just dampening his powers or subduing him. Also, you could kind of see that the Flash, White Canary, and Alex Danvers all have you can't really see by the Flash, but by Alex and White Canary, you could definitely tell that either their hands are behind their back, cuffed up, or they're just behind the back because they want it to be, but I'm guessing they're cuffed up. And also the Flashes, and they're captured by the Nazis. Then we get our first live action look of the Ray, our first look that we've ever seen him in live action, and his costume looks cool, but his helmet does look a little disproportionate to his head. It looks either a little too small on him or too big on him. I can't really tell, but it just looks weird on his head, and also the helmet just doesn't look good in general. But I'm guessing that we won't see the Ray in his helmet very often. If they do, then they might add a little special effects to make it look better. But really, when he's in action, he's going to be flying by real quick. You probably won't be able to see him at all, and he'll be glowing. So I'm really not that upset that the helmet doesn't look that great. Actually, you know what? It does look okay. Like, if it was proportionate to his head, if it fit him, then it probably would have looked really good. I know I said earlier that it looked bad, but after looking at it more, the helmet does look pretty good. Just it is disproportionate to his face. The reason I'm not that upset is that after this crossover, we're probably not going to see him ever again in live action, only on his TV show, his CWC TV show, which will be like, what, 2 weeks a year? Like Vixen, she had 2 seasons. Each episode was 2 minutes long. She had only 2 seasons though. She was only 2 years, so I don't think we're gonna see the Ray that often in live action. He probably will appear from time to time, but really, he's not gonna join any of the shows. He's not getting his own live action TV show, so it really doesn't matter that much. But that's it. That's all the photos. It's really weird for Supergirl. They released 29 photos, but for Arrow they only released 18. But yet I managed to make this video longer than the Supergirl video just because these photos were really a lot more interesting, so much more to talk about. It looks like Arrow will be a better episode than Supergirl, in the crossover at least. But let me know what you thought about the photos in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.